Bluey may be flawless on the surface, but a closer look reveals moments so bizarre they feel like hidden subplots. 1. The traveling eye patch. In Spy Game, Chili shows up ready for action with her brown eye patch sitting where it always does, on her right eye. All is calm until, without warning, it jumps to her left eye like it suddenly found a better seat. There's no in-between moment, no adjusting it, nothing. Oh, one shot it's here, the next it's there, breaking the laws of both physics and facial accessories. Was the patch trying to spy on the other side? Did it get bored? Maybe it's secretly alive. Whatever the reason, Chili's got the only eye patch in history with its own travel itinerary. 2. The nose that took a break. During a waitress scene, Bluey is happily taking an order when something very strange happens. Her nose just leaves. It detaches from her face like it decided to clock out early and grab lunch somewhere else. There is no bump, no blur, just a clean escape. For a moment, Bluey is a dog without a snout, and somehow everyone in the room carries on like nothing happened. Maybe the nose had union rules. Maybe it was protesting the menu. Or maybe it just wanted a vacation. Either way, it is hard to ignore a face that suddenly forgets its own nose. 3. The sudden bald reveal. In Horsey Ride, Bandit is playing along with the kids, pretending to be a horse in a backyard wedding. Everything is normal until the camera angle changes and his dark head patch is gone. Just like that, his whole head is one solid pale blue, making him look 20 years older in a single frame. There is no wind, no water, nothing that could have caused it. It is as if the top of his head decided to start fresh. Maybe the stress of the wedding got to him. Or maybe the animators just gave him the fastest bald spot in history. 4. The envelope with a mind of its own. In Dance Mode, the healers are waiting at the post office when Bingo kicks things into chaos. A background dog is holding a letter like it contains state secrets. Then, out of nowhere, the letter lifts into the air. No paws touch it, no breeze is blowing, and there is no explanation. It floats, turns, and then neatly returns to its starting position as if nothing happened. Everyone carries on like letters do this every day. Either the post office is haunted or the letter just wanted to stretch. Whatever the case, that envelope clearly has its own delivery schedule. 5. The theater that can't make up its mind. In the Movies episode, the healers grab snacks by a big red wall decorated with movie posters. Nothing unusual there, but when they return later, the wall is now purple, as if someone repainted it during the film. The same snack fridge is in place, stocked exactly the same, so it is clearly the same spot. Even stranger, the posters have changed completely, switching to entirely different movies without anyone touching them. Maybe the theater has a magical decor team that works in seconds. Or maybe the building itself just gets bored. Either way, it is a quick change act worth noticing. 6. The chalk that refused to stay put. In Tradies, Bingo is busy making sidewalk art with a piece of blue chalk resting beside her. At first, it sits on her right side, minding its own business. Then, in the very next shot, it is suddenly on her left, without any sign of movement. No one touched it, no one kicked it, it just relocated. Moments later, Bingo picks up a green piece of chalk to draw. The drawing that appears is blue. Either the chalk swapped colors midair, or it is a master of disguise. Whatever happened, this is one art supply that refuses to follow the rules. 7. The case of the missing tail. During a playful moment in bed, Bandit is spinning around with Bingo, all energy and wagging tail. Then, in one quick cut, the tail is gone. It does not shrink or blur. It simply disappears as if it was never there. The rest of him looks perfectly normal, which somehow makes it even stranger. No one notices, and the game goes on like nothing happened. Maybe the tail slipped into another dimension. Maybe it was tired of the chaos and decided to quit early. Either way, a dog without a tail is hard to miss, even in the middle of playtime. 8. The shadow that went rogue. In Obstacle Course, Bluey climbs a ladder while Chili cheers her on. The sun is shining, but something is off. Bluey's shadow is nowhere to be seen, as if the sun decided to take a break. When she reaches the top, the shadow suddenly returns, perfectly formed, like it had been there the whole time. Then, as Bluey climbs down, the shadow refuses to follow her and stays stuck on the ladder. It is just hanging there, detached from reality. Maybe it wanted to finish the course on its own. Or maybe it simply forgot which Bluey it belonged to. 9. The shirt that forgot its color. In Magic Asparagus, Lucy's dad is hanging the matching bright blue shirts, fresh from the laundry. Everything is neat and consistent until one shirt suddenly turns pure white. There is no washing machine in sight, no splash of bleach, and no magical wardrobe change. It is the same style, same fit, just a totally different color. The switch is instant with no one reacting to it. Maybe the shirt wanted to stand out. Maybe it got tired of team spirit. Whatever the reason, this is one piece of clothing that clearly missed the memo on uniform rules. 10. The Wandering Snake. In Hotel, a toy snake lies on the floor beside Bandit's suitcase, right where Bingo left it during her over-the-top hotel assistant act. Everything seems normal until the scene changes. The snake is now sitting in a completely different spot, farther from the suitcase, with no one having touched it. There is no kicking, no bump, and no reason for it to move. It is just there, living a new life a few feet away. Maybe it slithered off to find better lighting, or maybe it is the kind of toy that refuses to stay in the same place twice. 11. The Pup with Two Faces. In the creek, Mackenzie bursts out of the bushes ready for adventure. For a moment, his usual white forehead patch is missing, leaving his whole head solid black. Before you can blink, the patch is back, but not quite right. His face splits into two perfect halves, one fully black and the other bright white, like a walking optical illusion. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, the glitch is gone, and Mackenzie looks normal again. No one mentions it, and the day carries on. It is the kind of mistake that makes you wonder if the creek water had strange side effects. 12. The Disappearing Spot Trick. While jumping out of the family's imaginary carriage, Bingo is full of excitement. She leaps forward, tail wagging, but in one quick frame, something odd happens. The small brown spot on her head is completely gone. There is no blur or shadow to hide it. It has just vanished. Then, just as quickly, it reappears like nothing happened. No one reacts, and the game continues as if her fur never took a break. Maybe the spot moved faster than the camera could keep up, or maybe it just wanted a moment off screen. Either way, it is a blink and miss glitch worth spotting. 13. The Case of the Vanishing Lashes. In Seesaw, Coco shows up looking picture perfect, her long eyelashes making her look ready for a photo shoot. She joins in the fun, balancing on the playground equipment without a care. But when the camera angle changes, her lashes are suddenly gone. Her eyes look completely different, almost like she forgot to put on her usual style. Then, by the end of the scene, the lashes are back in place as if nothing happened. No glue, no makeup bag, no explanation. It is either the fastest lash application in history or a little animation hiccup hiding in plain sight. 14. The Sink with Commitment Issues. In Smoochie Kiss, Bandit rushes to the sink after an unfortunate bathroom mishap. The taps are set up exactly as expected. Hot on the left, cold on the right. He starts scrubbing, but when the camera cuts, something impossible has happened. The hot and cold taps have switched sides completely. No one touched them, no plumber popped in, and there is no sign of any magic spell. It is just a sink that cannot decide who it wants to be. Maybe it enjoys confusing tired parents. Or maybe it is the only plumbing in history with an identity crisis mid-hand wash. 15. The Belly That Took a Day Off. In one scene, Bandit's yellow belly is front and center, bright and easy to spot. He moves, turns, and plays like normal. Then, without warning, the yellow is gone, replaced by the same blue as the rest of his fur. There is no shadow hiding it, no clothing covering it, and no explanation from anyone. Moments later, it is back again, exactly as it was before. Maybe the belly decided to blend in for a while, or maybe it just did not feel like being noticed that day. Either way, Bandit briefly became the most color-coordinated dad in the world. 16. The Instant Sunburn. During a trip to the mall, Stripe appears with his usual light-colored fur, looking completely normal. Then, partway through the visit, his fur is suddenly several shades darker, like he just returned from a beach holiday without sunscreen. There is no lighting change, no shadow effect, and no reason for such a dramatic shift. Trixie stands beside him, looking exactly the same, which makes the difference even more obvious. Maybe Stripe found a secret tanning booth between shops. Or maybe the animators grabbed the wrong color palette mid-scene. Either way, it is the fastest makeover ever seen in Bluey's world. 17. The Dirt with Stage Fright. In Magic, Bandit and Lucky's dad are digging outside, tossing up piles of dirt like two dogs on a mission. The ground is messy, the dirt is everywhere, and then, suddenly, it is gone. The spot is perfectly clean, as if someone swept it in seconds. Nothing explains it, but during their later dance battle, the dirt is magically back, sitting exactly where it was before. Maybe it took a break to watch the action. Maybe it simply did not want to be in the first half of the scene. Whatever the reason, this dirt clearly has its own dramatic entrance planned. 18. The Dad Who Learned to Hover. In Hotel, Bandit is standing in the middle of the room, looking perfectly normal, until you notice his feet are gone. They are not hidden behind furniture or lost in shadows. They have simply vanished, leaving him floating above the floor like he has mastered zero gravity. The rest of him stays steady, which somehow makes it stranger. No one points it out, and the scene carries on as if hovering is part of the game. Maybe Bandit unlocked a secret dad superpower. Or maybe his feet just decided they were not needed for this particular round of hotel management. 19. The day Chili became modern art. For a brief moment, Chili looks like she wandered out of a completely different show. Her snout is no longer centered on her face, sitting awkwardly to the side like it is trying to escape. At the same time, her usual head markings are uneven, almost as if someone started drawing her, sneezed, and forgot to fix it. The result is less cartoon mom and more abstract painting. She still moves and talks normally, which somehow makes it even funnier. Maybe it was an experimental art phase, or maybe her face just decided to try a new layout for the day. 20. The fruit that chickened out. In the middle of a playful scene, Bandit is tossing fruit toward the kids like it is part of some backyard challenge. An orange sits ready in the basket, waiting its turn. He throws other pieces, but when it comes time for the orange, it suddenly disappears. One moment it is there, the next the basket is empty, with no sign of it rolling away or being caught. It is as if the orange decided it did not want to risk becoming juice. Maybe it got stage fright, or maybe it just wanted to survive another day in the fruit bowl. 21. The mystery of the wrong hand. Chili sits down to draw, pencil firmly in her left hand, sketching away without hesitation. Everything looks normal until she casually mentions that her right hand is getting tired. The scene does not cut, and there is no switch in her grip. She is still clearly using her left. It is not a mirror shot or a trick angle. She is simply holding the pencil in one hand and complaining about the other. Maybe she was testing if anyone was paying attention. Or maybe she just forgot which side was doing the work. 22. The hand that clocked out early. In Sheepdog, Bingo is feeding Bandit a leafy snack while he plays along as a sheep. She holds it out, smiling, and then something odd happens. Her hand completely disappears. The food is still there, floating in place, but the paw holding it is gone. It is not hidden or blocked. It has just vanished from existence. A moment later, the hand is back like nothing happened. No one reacts, and the game continues. Maybe it slipped into another dimension. Maybe it just decided feeding sheep was not in its job description. Either way, it is a quick but unforgettable glitch. 23. The car that rearranged itself. In one scene, an umbrella sits in the back of the car surrounded by other items. It looks cluttered but normal. Then the shot changes, and everything except the umbrella is gone. The space around it is completely empty, as if someone cleaned out the car in the middle of the trip. Even stranger, the back of the umbrella is shown as a solid red block instead of glass, breaking the perspective entirely. No one mentions it, and the drive continues. Maybe the car has a secret cleanup mode, or maybe the animators just forgot half the backseat existed. 24. The case of the appearing seats. During a car trip, the inside of the healer vehicle looks a little strange. The usual child seats are nowhere to be found, leaving the backseat looking oddly empty. No one seems concerned, and the journey continues. Then, just a few scenes later, the seats are suddenly back in place as if they had been there the whole time. There is no stop to pick them up, no explanation, and no sign of anyone moving them. Maybe the seats were taking their own holiday? Or maybe the family car comes with a built-in teleport feature for children's safety gear. That's all for today's tour of Bluey's most unexpected animation blunders. Some were harmless, others were downright bizarre. But now it's your turn. Should the creators fix these mistakes or leave them as Easter eggs for sharp-eyed viewers? Comment your take and join the debate.